Timisa tomupisa mabhurukwa ngoti takachamuka 2030 takabuka vachiratidza utsinye kunyama yasuka pesa nekusaida chichi anoridza luka asi matira mabwezi zvinhu zvaitika ingoti takachamuka 2030 takabuka vachiratidza utsinye kunyama yasuka pesa nekusaida chichi anoridza luka asi matira mabwezi zvinhu zvaitika makaune here zvakaitike bula wayo maitakakumbuka hanzi koma ndiyo ndiyo.
Right, 29 June 2025, and today is a very important day, a Sunday, one of the biggest news days ever. And today I'm going to be taking you through quite a number of stories. So we're going to move very, very fast. And I'm going to start with what is happening with Chamisa. So Chamisa is doing very, very well. He's going to do very well. And you can look forward to Chamisa as the next most important person in Zimbabwe. That is because ZANU-PF has failed to bring change from within. So you can see that ZANU-PF is failing to bring change from within. We have been looking at Geza. We've been looking at other people inside of ZANU-PF to bring change, but it has failed. And personally myself, I've been very close to the action with all the ZANU-PF guys. And it is clear that you won't get that change from ZANU. You're going to get the change from Nelson Chamisa. So the next person to watch right now is Nelson Chamisa. There's no doubt about it. There is no question about it that Chamisa is the next big thing. So Chamisa has been in the field for a long time. And people know that when Chamisa starts speaking, all the attention shifts to Nelson Chamisa. So yesterday, Nelson Chamisa has attended the book launch of Job Sikhala. So Job Sikhala is a prominent Zimbabwean opposition leader, also previously working with Morgan Tsvangirai together with Tendai Biti and Nelson Chamisa. These are the most well-known opposition leaders in Zimbabwe for a very long time. They've been a part of the political system in Zimbabwe, including being student leaders and eventually joining the leadership of the opposition, where he was a leader in the MDC and CC, but was eventually removed in a shakeup that Nelson Chamisa orchestrated before the elections in 2018. So yesterday, people were expecting that when Nelson Chamisa visited the book launch, they were going to hear an announcement that Chamisa and Sikhala would work together. However, Nelson Chamisa has made it very clear in that speech that he's not going to be working with Job Sikhala. So I'm going to quickly make you listen to the speech for a while, for a short while, so that you understand where Nelson Chamisa is going. Nelson Chamisa is not working with any of the guys that he was working with. And it's making a lot of people angry. It's making a lot of people unhappy. So let us wait for the adverts to run while I'm trying to get this thing going. Then we'll put it on. Let me just try to put this speech here. It's by Change Radio. You can go and watch the full speech. But it's clear what Nelson Chamisa has said is that he is not working with Job Sikhala. So let me give you that speech now for a second. All right, let's see what he's saying here.
Chafazwa and myself were invited by President Tsvangirai at Chest House to say, you young people, you don't need to contest in the parliamentary elections. All right. Because you are still too young. Yeah. And we're all quiet. My sister said, yes, we've heard you, Mr. President. We left that room. And as we were leaving that room, Mugabe Job Sikhala had no bingo. Then, of course, Jongwe, all of them, you know, made the resolution that we're going to go to Parliament. We are contesting whether he likes it or not. And I said, me, I will not contest it. I will not come. But it was not about that. Those are episodes. I want to salute you, my brother. I had to come to support this initiative. I know that in politics, views and opinions differ. That's why we are there. Yes. The more the merrier. We are there because we must have different opinions and celebrate them. But that is what we've been fighting. You know, I was laughing as I was sitting there. You say, hey, we have really grown old. Yeah. You know, we used to be too radical. When I look at it now, we used to sing, Chamisa and Job Sikhala. You know, we were mocking old age. Little we know that we are almost getting there. And before you know it, we are now ancestors. You know, so brothers, and thank you. You know, I came here just to support. I didn't know that I was going to be giving a speech, but I've come here. My speech is my presence. Yes. To support the initiative so that we write our stories. Thank you. So that we record our encounters. And thank you, Salah, and thank you, Rejoice, all those who supported the project. At the end of the day, Zimbabwe is going to be great because of our diversity, because of our democracy and the variety of voices that must, you know, take shape. Now, I'm Gambakwe.
Okay, you can go and watch the speech by Nelson Chamisa on Change Radio. And it is clear, Nelson Chamisa has made it clear, it's important to have diversity and there are differences of opinions and approaches. So Nelson Chamisa and Job Sikhala won't work together. And it's clear that Nelson Chamisa won't also work with people like Tendai Biti. Nelson Chamisa is creating a new project, and that project is not going to involve the old people. How is that going to work out? Who is going to be in that structure? Everyone is waiting to hear. The announcement will be made in August, according to my understanding. The announcement will be made in August. And Job Sikhala doing very well. However, reluctant to announce a political party, reluctant to move forward, unwilling to step forward. And I've always said to these guys, if you're unwilling to step forward and wait for Chamisa to call you, you won't make it. You have to be willing to step forward. I tell this to almost everyone. You need to be willing to step forward and launch a political party. The election is so close. Mind you, she started her campaign for the 2018 elections way before, I think 2 or 3 years before. The current guys we have now, they want to wait for a year before the election, before they launch. By the end of December, we should be clear which political parties are going to contest in 2028. This situation we have, where people just sit back and they think that maybe will be opted, maybe will be called by Chamisa, is not going to work. You need to step up. That includes Chiwenga. People are calling for Chiwenga to step up to make the big move and jump off the rotten bus. Chiwenga keeps talking about the bus of Mnangagwa being corrupt and lacking integrity, but he needs to jump off this bus. That is what people want right now. People want the political field to be shaken up and something to happen. Look at Molokele with Chamisa here. These guys are almost a permanent feature of the political field right now. Look at these guys. It's crazy that we are still looking. I've been in this field for so long, and these are the same people we've been covering ever since. And Job Sikhala launching his book, unfortunately unable to move forward and launch a party. To launch a party, you need leadership. You need people around you. It can't be an individual. And it's clear that there are so many people who are capable. Why these guys don't go and call them BT? Why doesn't he join with Job Sikhala? Why doesn't he join with the Mahere? Why doesn't he join with all these other people? and they form a political party. It's surprising to me. I don't understand why they don't do it. They're waiting for Chamisa, not Chamisa. They're waiting for Chamisa to come and call them. And it's crazy because Chamisa won't do it. Chamisa already has enough support by himself. All right, let's move to other stories quickly. And let's start with Chatunga Mugabe. So Chatunga Mugabe is Grace Mugabe's son, and he is currently trending in the news. So Chatunga Mugabe has led an attack at a mine in Mazowe yesterday, and he's trending because he has not been arrested. So a security guard was shot during the altercation after Chatunga Mugabe attacked the neighboring farm where there's gold panning, accusing the gold panners of infringing into the farm of his mother. And that infringement resulted in a gun going off accidentally and a security guard being shot at the farm, or at the mine. So you can go to Gambakwe.com. You'll see that story over there at the top. Very crazy situation taking place with Chatunga Mugabe leading an attack at a farm while his mother has appeared for the first time in public with General Chiwenga. So you saw that appearance yesterday. I showed it to you. Grace Mugabe quiet and not talking, but you can see it in her eyes. Something is going on. She is deep in thought, and something is brewing between these two. Chatunga Mugabe back home, Grace Mugabe back home. I don't know if the other family members are back home, but Chatunga is soon going to land himself in jail if he's not careful. And that won't be nice. The Zimbabwean jail is not a walk in the park, so he has to be very, very careful, Chatunga Mugabe. Then let's quickly go to other stories. Let's go into Africa. So I want to go into Africa. Tanzania has been granted a loan by the IMF. You'll be able to see that story if you go to Gambakwe. And that loan is $416 million. So it appears many African governments are now starting to get loans from the IMF and from the World Bank. The Chinese loans are no longer attractive, and people are going back to these loans from the IMF. The IMF loans come with stringent conditions. So you can go and check out the details on Gambakwe. We've got the story already loaded up there. So that is Tanzania receiving a big loan from the IMF of $448 million. Then in South Africa, you see that there's a trending story over there. That is the daughter of Jacob Zuma is called Nomcebo Zuma. So let me just display his picture. So Nomcebo Zuma is the daughter of the former president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma. So Nomcebo Zuma is 22 years old, and she was married to King Mswati. So Nomcebo has left her marriage to this king after she did not get attention. So he would go away for months and he would not come home to attend to her. So she said she was lonely and she has left the king and went home. And the king has followed. They've sent someone to follow and say she must come back home. But I don't think she's going to come back because this is terrible. She's a young lady of 22 and she wants her husband near to her every day. Unfortunately, the king's people say he's got many duties as a king, including he has to go into isolation or seclusion as part of his job as a king. And they say that Ngosigas Zuma failed to understand that he cannot always be there for her. So this is a big story. I don't know if a man with 14 wives, so he's got 14 wives, 2 ran away, 1 passed away, And this is the latest one, 22-year-old Nomcebo Zuma living. I don't know if it is possible to have 14 wives. Most guys can't even can't even keep one wife because it's a big job, a very, very big job to keep a wife happy. Yeah, it's tricky. And then let's go to other stories. Let me see what else I have to cover here, which I haven't covered. African Bank is celebrating 50 years. So you can go to the South African press today. African Bank has put out a big advert where they're celebrating 50 years and looking at young people that have done well in South Africa. So go check it out there. They are also obviously showcasing their products. So that is 50 years of audacity. African Bank. South African banking is so competitive. And this bank at one point went down and they managed to come back up. So that is very interesting. And then obviously, let's see if there's anything else of interest here. I've already shown you Shumba Hwenje saying Wicknell lied that he has been given a house. So Shumba Hwenje is a ZANU-PF supporter and praise singer from Mnangagwa. So if you see anyone with the name Shumba, he's Mnangagwa's relative. So Shumba Hwenje is saying he was not given the house that was promised by Wicknell. So Wicknell in the past he said he was going to give a house when he handed out this car to Shumba Hwenje. However, it turns out that Hwenje did not get the house, which was promised, and he has now gone on social media to say these are false promises by Wicknell. And he's a very close relative of Mnangagwa. So when you see him doing this, he's going to eventually get the car and the house because Mnangagwa is watching very carefully. The cars and houses, they seem to be coming from somewhere, and there must be a certain order over there. Also had a report last week that Ruben Arwe did not get the $300,000 that was promised. So it was there in some of the press that he was not getting that money. So it seems like Wicknell makes promises in public, but doesn't deliver. So Wicknell is fake. He's a fake DJ. A fake DJ, a fake Wicknell. Nagureka, Nagata, and just repeating the other statement. Now let's go to South Africa. South Africa is amazing, guys. Let me show you what has happened in South Africa. So this is important to me because of Gambakwe no work. So South Africa has announced today their projects. So that is their top infrastructure projects. That is top 12 infrastructure projects of South Africa. So South Africa has got a department called the Infrastructure SA. And the job of Infrastructure SA is to work on top infrastructure projects in the country. South Africa is humongous in terms of the size of the economy compared to other African economies. So let me show you what are their top 12 projects right now that they've announced. So currently, these are the top 12 projects in South Africa. The Nkula Port Liquefied Natural Gas Project Ukuvuselela High Capacity Rail, Amatola Bulk Water Augmentation, Ngomazi Special Economic Zone, Namakwa Special Economic Zone, Healthcare Infrastructure Project, Educational Infrastructure Project, LNG Import Terminal Richards Bay, Roy Water Waste Treatment Work Phase 2. So if you go to infrastructure.org and go to ISA top 12 projects, you see these projects over here. South Africa is working on ports and also working on infrastructure on rail, and that is on the coast. So if you look at all these projects, most of them are at the coast, including the Ngomazi and the Namakwa. Most of these are on the coast. And look at that price, 8.4 billion, 3.5 billion. These are massive projects in terms of South Africa. And what I would like to say is that the problem we have here is capital, lack of capital. Remember, in Botswana and Gaborone, we also have a Gaborone special economic zone at the airport. I told you about it when I went in there. And what we're going to do, obviously, as I said yesterday, is that we're going to be creating an office at New York. So we want to create an office at New York. And that office, the purpose of it is for us to connect to capital. These are very easy things to do. Because the biggest problem we have is people don't know, people with capital. So in America, 3.5 billion is nothing. It's nothing to them. They've got a lot of money. It's only that they don't know how to connect to these projects. So if you look at Botswana, they're doing the same. They've got a special economic zone, but unfortunately, there is no one with the money to go into those economic zones. Zimbabwe has special economic zones, which are not functional. There is no capital. And I talk to many people. The only reason why you don't have money is you don't have capital. If we give you capital and say, build a hotel here, you can build a hotel and you have money. You don't have money because you don't have capital. So that is crazy. And that is where we're going to be working on, stuff that we'll be working on starting this month. So let me show you something here very quickly. Right, so that is the 448 billion. And obviously, as I said, massive project taking place in South Africa. You can go into the report called the AFC report on South Africa infrastructure projects 2025. Money is everywhere. It's just that you don't know how to get it. All you have to do is know where to go and you make money. And unfortunately, many people don't know how to do that. Sad, but true. So now let's quickly go to the newspapers. So I'm going to see if our newspapers have published. I doubt it. If they've published, it's a Sunday. Most of them were drinking last night. I know that there are challenges in Zimbabwe, such as lack of electricity, lack of data, so forth. So let me see if they've published. Sunday News is not published as yet. Let's see if Sunday Mail is published. Do not stress. We'll sort this out. As soon as they publish, I'll come back here and give you an update. At the moment, both our two newspapers haven't published. Let's look at the Standard newspaper. The Standard always publishes in time. I am starting to think they actually work from South Africa. They're not from Zimbabwe. Has anyone seen Blessed Muhlanga? I haven't seen him in a while. Is he still working for those guys, or he took my advice and quit Zimbabwe? Let's see if he is going to be talking anytime soon. Right, let's go to the Standard newspaper. The Standard newspaper says, fired up Chiwenga shakes ZANU-PF elites. Right, that is Chiwenga there. Mudara arikupisa, semoto. Mudara arikupisa. Chiwenga arikupisa. Guys, there is no man who has ever been like this man. He's a deputy, but he's not a deputy. Yeah, that's all I can say to you. Go check out the story in the Standard newspaper. Job Sikhala reunites with Chamisa. Go check it out. Sex workers lead HIV response in Masvingo. And what else do we have here? Of interest, Chiwenga is hot. Look at him twice in one day. There is Chiwenga again. Second page. You can go and check out the story about Chiwenga everywhere. And then we have, what other story here do we have? This is a massive news, but it's big. Look at him. That is Comrade Fatso Semfarai Monroe of the Shoko Festival. I don't understand this guy. Like, I really have to sit down. He used to do a lot of skits, but suddenly just stopped. Why do you stop? Stopping is the worst thing that you can do ever. Don't stop when you start. One thing that my father told me, Like, you guys have never told you anything that I was told by my father. Is if you start something, you must finish. So that's why you see that Gambakwe has been running for 15 years. So many guys have come and gone. Don't stop and do what you're doing. Keep on your lane. You will see that eventually you'll be at the top. So if you stop, then you won't do well. Let's look at other newspapers. I want us to go to Zambia. I'm going to be covering Zambia starting tomorrow. A lot is happening, but we are giving the Zambians a chance to work it out. We don't want to be part of the problem in Zambia. Right. President Hakainde Hichilema's party has won a big victory at Lumezi. So President Hakainde Hichilema is loved in Zambia. His party has done so well. The new coalition has failed dismally inside a by-election, a big by-election at Lumezi, and they will never win against a man who is so popular. Look at that. So, UPND candidate Lufeyo Ngoma polled 20,000 votes against his closest rival of the new Congress party, who got 6,800 votes without rigging. That is amazing. Okay, I like it. I like what President Hakainde Hichilema is doing. That is amazing. Go check it out in the Zambian newspapers. Now let's look at my favorite people. My people that I follow online. So I follow a lot of people, and I like people who post every day. I don't like people who don't post, because I am on top of everything. But what I hate most is when I open my Facebook, there's always these people at the top. Most of them are not properly dressed. I don't know what happens and how that happens. That's crazy. So let's look at my favorite people. We're going to start with, okay, Fadzai is in a fight, fighting with the Kasukuwere, right? Let me tell you about Kasukuwere. Kasukuwere is a very dangerous person. Let me tell you, and let me take a bit of time on this. So, Kasukuwere is not really in politics. He is not doing anything. All he's doing is disrupting stuff. So, I don't consider him a politician myself. All this is going to end with nothing, except walking back to ZANU. That's what Kasukuwere is going to be doing. Watch what I'm saying here. One day, you hear Kasukuwere moving and walking back to ZANU. He has never left his ZANU ways. He's a member of ZANU PF. Fellow citizens, 2 days ago, the people of Lumezi constituency voted overwhelmingly for the UPND candidate. So that is President Hakainde Hichilema doing very well, celebrating over here. It's amazing. And then obviously, you can see that they addressed in what we call Mazambia. That's amazing. President Hakainde Hichilema always in touch with the people. I like it. So go check out the Facebook page of President Hakainde Hichilema. It's entertaining, and most time it even comes on video. Imagine if Mnangagwa came on his Facebook page and went live. That would be crazy. It will never happen. It's like Chisiwonekwi. And then Mini has posted Vice President retired General CGDN Chiwenga at the launch of the book. So you saw it here. Dara Arku Pisa, Semoto, Arku Jambe. Dara, no faram Dara Oyu. Ano Pisa. Right. Let's see what else she posted. Okay, I saw this some time back. Let's see who else has posted. Patriotic Front, what are you saying? Patriotic Front is saying, Pastor Matthews Mubanga urges churches to pray against the rise of the occult in Zambia. The occult is called the Freemasons. They were banned last week by Freemasons. They are not allowed. Gananda. And then Madam Boss, I love it. Let's see what she's saying. Oh my God. Mkai kuno kune party. Man. Go. This girl is so funny. Let's go to who else in the cover? President Duma Boko. I'm going to see President Duma Boko within the next few weeks. So I'll let you guys know what the outcome is of what we're planning to do with President Duma Boko. So President Gideon Duma Boko, what has he posted today? He hasn't posted since that day. I played for you this video, but I am so interested in the special economic zones in Botswana. I'm also interested in projects that will connect Zimbabwe, Zambia, South Africa, and what is the fourth country? So I said Botswana, Zambia, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. I want projects in those areas. So Gambakwe no work, we're going to be part of it. Guys, money is everywhere in New York. If you have never been to New York, you will never understand what I'm talking about. You cannot do anything without the Americans. The Americans have got so much money and they bring systems. If you see a country where Americans are dominant in the investment, that country is going to do well because they also bring you systems. Unlike other investors who come and hit and run. That is terrible. Who likes a hit and run? Nobody. Except Vasikana avenues. Who else have I missed? I think we've missed nobody. Let's go back and see if Jennifer has called my guys at Sunday Mail and said, Murita say, I'm so publishing newspaper at 10. I've never seen Jennifer angry. Always smiling, always soft. Her face, very soft. Face here. It's like when you shake Jonathan with his hands, it's so scary. Like when I shake guys whose hands are soft. So Jonathan, that is his biggest problem. When I shook his head, I wanted to run. Sinzoro. Yeah. Let's see the comments. Let's start at the top. Yeah. Guys, Shurugu Pisa. Mkoma Dumisani, good morning. And then where are you? You're smoking that Mve again. Yes, Mve is amazing. Guys, can I also grow Mve? Mosha Zako, Bebirako, Batko Animon, and Gambe, Unosara Wakabata, Besu. Patrick Jimbe, Gambakwe, please, Musasia, Yokama Bunu, goes with my channel. There's your name. Guys, I'm out. And Taure, as the Tairoro, Taura by mistake. And then, what's coming, Chiwenga is just ED and boy. All his speeches are ED written. No. I'm Darano Pisa. And then, let's see. Okay, guys, I think we've covered all the comments. Let me explain to you my philosophy and where we're going. I want you guys to make money. I am well placed so that we can make money, all of us. So where we're moving to going forward is we want to go into investments. So there are a lot of you here between the ages of 35 and 65. That is a good 20 years, a lost generation. So going into this coming year, I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff in the United States. And I want you guys to be part of it. WhatsApp me, Gambakwe no work. And don't say good a document, you don't reply. I spend a lot of time working on those documents. So if you're not part of it, just say, I'm currently not able to. If you're part of it, say, I'm part of it. And then let's work together. What we want to do is we want to create an office in the United States, which will connect us to projects to Zimbabwe. So let's say you want to build accommodation for Rendo and Harare. You know that for certain you're going to make money. So what is stopping you from owning a building in Harare is because you don't have capital. So we need to go to America and find someone with capital. We go to Zimbabwe and we build our accommodation. Then you make your money. Do you have to go to work? No. But can you go to America? No. So Gambakwe is the one who's going to go for you. That is why we have Gambakwe, no work. In 5 years, we want to be part of the people that don't work, but that make money. So be part of it and talk to me. Let's see what we can do. We need to work on the politics alone. It's not enough. I remember Kudamsa Siwa and S. Lumumba came to visit here in South Africa. We went and had a dinner at a certain place. And they were saying, guys in the diaspora, if all of you put $5, then we'll be able to fund politics in Zimbabwe. And I remember one thing I said, you know, you always remember what you said, not what the other people said. So I said to them, do you know, guys, Guti, other people should be in business. Other people should be in politics. So, Anna Gambakwe, we are in business. In Nini, I am in business. You may think that I'm in politics because I am so present, but I'm actually not in politics. That's why you see, I talk to everyone. Even Mnangagwa, I talk to him. Even Sean, I talk to him. Even Zanu, Chiwenga, Grace, Vesa. If they come to me and say, we want to talk to you, I don't say, I don't talk to you. I talk to every single person because that's business. So everyone is interested in business. CC, there's no one who doesn't talk to me in CC, in all these political parties. As my parties, remember, Dara when they're saying CC kumashuka because you know so I talk to everyone except people who compete with me unnecessarily. I get very annoyed by someone who comes and to start to compete with me for nothing. Like I'm standing here and someone starts pushing. What could push it? What are you pushing? That is what I don't like unless I've compete. So we have a problem currently in Zimbabwe where there is no capital. Capital is the problem. We want capital, and then we're going to do well. At the moment, we won't do well because Atina capital. And the guys at ZIDA, they are basically not doing the right thing. They are not chasing capital. They are chasing the wrong things. And I have at one point told them, could you guys, they are chasing the wrong thing. Who knows what projects right now at ZIDA? Like, let's go and look at the ZIDA website. What is the ZIDA right now? Zimbabwe Development Agency, right? What are your top projects? We just showed you the top projects of South Africa. So let's go to the website of ZIDA. I'm going to share it with you. What I'm telling you now is what is going to make you money. So when you wake up to watch me, this is the important segment. How are you going to make money in 5 years when there's no more salaries? Because salaries are going. So there's ZIDA there. Unlock business opportunities in Zimbabwe. Look to invest. So let's click to invest here. Discover investment opportunities, strategic sectors in Zimbabwe. So 2025 project brochures. That is ZIDA. So let's look here. So there's agriculture, ICT, manufacturing. So here they've said Lake Dev soap manufacturing facility, NRZ concrete manufacturing plant project, Orange Rose solar roof manufacturing project, foot and mouth disease. You can see these are Mickey Mouse, right? Then let's go to mining. What are the mining opportunities over here? Solar. So I can tell you the only interesting sectors to me right now is 33 and 47. That is tourism and financial sector. Renewable energy. It's crazy. Then if you look at ICT sector, these are all public sector. And it's so let's see what else is there. So guys, you must read these documents. Here in agriculture, there's macadamia here. So if you want to do macadamia, if you want to do wheat, if you want to do chickens, so what is lacking is the capital now. You see, where are you going to get capital? Mombe. There's the cows here. So go in here and look at these projects. But you will certainly not have money to do it. You will need money because look at 24 million, 20 million, all these things, they need money. What is real estate here? There's nothing real estate. There is avocado and macadamia. I was talking about macadamia and avocado plantation expansion project. You can also do avocado and macadamia, but you need capital. So the point I'm trying to make is you can't say Nika salary kako get 200. I'm going to make money and I'm going to retire on that. You can't. So you need to do more. And this is where we'll go. We need to go over here. And obviously, there are platforms where you gather. Let's say ukaenda ku platform ya comrade Fatso. It's for you to do jokes, to listen to jokes. When I'm Madam Boss, you listen to jokes. But when it comes to Gambakwe, I want you guys to make money, real money. So we need to work together. And then Trabablas. What is Trabablas? A joke. Trabablas is no one. I don't care about Trabablas. You will never see me praising Mnangagwa's projects. If I'm driving to the airport, when I get to that little post office there, I have to turn right so that I avoid the traffic at Coca-Cola interchange. Do you think a normal person would build a Trabablas over there and not build Coca-Cola interchange where you go to the airport? So what are you going to do now? Then once you leave Pai, you go to Kachembere, a statue. You need a Trabablas there, obviously. It's crazy. When you drive in there, it's like you're in the jungle. Then when you pass by Paningabo, Harare Polytech, guys, have you ever been stuck in traffic there? Then you live there and you go to post office. As you pass the post office, there is an old bridge. So just before that old bridge, you get stuck there dead. Mnangagwa is no one. Mnangagwa ni mainini. Traffic, di baba mkuru. Baba mkuru, ya mgeze. Wazeri Mnangagwa, baba mkuru, ya mgeze. Urugu wachiswa, ya Mnangagwa, the traffic. Apana zweta Mnangagwa, man. Kubuda kwake Mnangagwa. Arublaida kupita straight, kunotamba muchongoyo. That is Mnangagwa for you. Mnangagwa has never done anything with order. We need $100 billion to fix Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa will never do it. I can assure you, when Mnangagwa goes out, the new president that is coming will have to sit down and do a map. How do we fix this mess? Zimbabwe is a mess, a big dump where they're trying to fix. President Achiti, geopomona. What is geopomona? When you've got just these problems I've told you, you've got a country where there's so much opportunity, but there is no infrastructure development projects taking place right now that are significant and will allow our country to do well. Mnangagwa doesn't know what to do. He got no plan. Mnangagwa aka broker. Mnangagwa aka broker. Auxilia aka broker. Sean aka broker. Emerson Jr. aka broker. Kuda aka broker. Vese vanofana kuenda kumasvingo vonotamba muchongoyo ne uyo Tagwirei. Guys, you know that we've been pushing the Tagwirei project. I'm so happy that Tagwirei is on the spot. That is because of all the work that we've been doing. Continue to push Tagwirei until he tips over. Tagwirei is weak. And his boss, friend Yake, has apologized. Did you see the apology by Sanyatwe? Sanyatwe has gone to the SDA church and apologized for politicizing the church. So go to Gambakwe, you'll see the video over there. Our news readers have read the full statement. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching. And I'll see you within the next 2 hours, 3 hours. I'll be back here. Let's look at the state of public press to see what they've said, what is important over there. Today, I've just given you all the important stuff. So I'm going to do a segment today of the state press. You can also go and look at our website, gambakwe.com, and our news readers. They give you news every single hour. We're going to be having a new person joining me in the mornings, if everything goes well, so that you can see a lady for a change. So a lady who is much more pretty than myself. Imagine me in data zopenga mana. Data zekupenga like zekutengesa mube. Please support our sponsor over here. And if you're in the UK, you buy one packet, you get one packet free. In Harare, we're going to introduce the new special this week. And you get free delivery across the world with the DHL. You pay, you get free delivery. So free courier. including in South Africa, where we can also deliver to you by Uber in Johannesburg, pick up in Cape Town, and Postnet across South Africa. So buy your packet, remember, the top one EU, atidi manu manufamba nika 1 liter engine. Munyadzisa, man. Right, I'd like to thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you again within the next 2 hours, and a good day to you.